This is Arana from Arana Creative. Today I'm going to show you how to make blog post titles for your blog. I will show you different ways. First I'll show you how to make one from scratch, and then I'll show you how I make my blog post titles for my blog, Crazy Little Family Adventure, and I'll show you how I make my blog post titles for another blog I work for called International Bloggers Association, so you can see all different styles. The place where you find the blog post title size in Canva is down here in blogging and ebooks. This one right here is the perfect size for a blog title. It works really good also as a image to share on Facebook, and it also works really well on Twitter if you center the words in the middle. So let's see. Let me show you how to make one from scratch. Okay, so here we have the blog post titles size. So let's say you have a food blog. Let's look for an image that has a nice food. You can look in the free photos here. These are great, really free photos we could use anytime. So if we're doing a food blog, let's see. Okay, great. Look at these frozen foods. Oh, actually, I don't like so much how those fruits look frozen. I'll choose another one. Let's see, let's get more pictures. Well, I live in Asia and the internet is a little funky sometimes. That's why this is not loading. It should load faster. Okay, let's see. Something foodie. Something foodie. Oh, those are not loading. I'm wasting so much time. Okay, this one. Great. A food photo. Great, so let's do this. Let's say you're doing a recipe. And let's say this looks like a pear tart, a pear and almond tart it looks like. Oop, bye-bye picture, we don't want you. So when you make a blog post title, you don't want it to be too overpowering because you want to have the title to be pretty important, not so much the image. So what I usually do is I put the transparency down to about 80 so that you can still see the image, but you can still put the text on top. So, okay, I'm going to write, let's say the title of your blog post is Pear and Almond Tart. You add the heading, Pear and Almond Tart. That's too big. Let's pick a nice font. When you pick fonts for your blog post titles, it's better to use one that is easily read, and you can use two different fonts so that they go well together. For example, let's use this one. This is a nice one. It's easy to read and it's nice. Let's make the size a little smaller. It's nice sometimes to use the same colors that you have in the picture for your title. For example, I can see that we have a green, we have gray, we have a light color in the pear here. So let's try something along the colors of the pear. So maybe around there, like this. Oops, I spelled almond wrong. There you go. Pear and almond tart. I don't like how this D goes over the edge of the tart, so I'll just put this up a little bit. There you go, pear and almond tart. And if you have a subtitle for the blog post, you can put in a nice other kind of font, maybe a thinner one, like Text Me One. You can write a summer recipe. Although the picture looks a little wintry because of that tree, so let's do an autumn delight. And we've got to make that a lot smaller, like that. And let's put it down here like this. And let's make it lighter, maybe like the same color as the yellow, but a little lighter. There, like that. Not so complete. There, I like that. See? And that's a great blog post title. You have a great picture, you have a good title, You have a subtitle if that goes well with your blog, and then you always have to put your blog name or your logo, whichever one you use. I sometimes use a logo, sometimes use a URL, whichever you like. You can put your URL anywhere where it looks okay. www.yourwebsite.com, and make that really small, in a really normal, this one, and really small, like there, maybe. And you can put that there, down here. I like it putting it in the middle, but that's not gonna look so good. Let's try putting it here, like that. And you can be same color as the bottom. Not that one, that one. See, and that looks pretty good. You have your website, your title, your subtitle, and a great picture. And then all you gotta do is save, just in case. Make sure the title here is the same so that you don't lose it in your desktop when you download it. And you download it for your computer, and then you put it up in your blog. Okay, great. Next one we'll look at is how I make my own blog post titles. Now I'm going to show you how I make my blog post titles. I just wrote a post on my blog, Crazy Little Family Adventure, about toys that my kids use that aren't really toys, like balloons or cards or toothpicks or sponges. And I had to make the title today, so I made it like this. It starts off the same as the other one, white, like this. And I uploaded this picture from my computer of my kids. They're playing these crazy Chinese cards, and she's playing normal cards. Well, as you can see, it's too small, so I stretched it out like this. But I usually, like the other one I showed you, I made it a little softer, an 80 in transparency. And the way I do my titles is a little different. I usually use at least 2 pieces in my title with the same font, so that it looks a little more like a puzzle piece. Like if I were to use the whole title, non-toys that kids love, in the same font, let's say this one, ribeye, non-toys that kids, that kids love. Oh, still too big. Even if I put it smaller, still looks, to me it looks a little boring. I mean, I tried stretching it. Yeah, no, it didn't work for me like this. So what I did, which I do a lot, is I separated the title into 2 elements. So I used the non-toys, I kept it big and black, and then I used the second part, that kids love, in the same font but a smaller size and a different color. And I made it fit right in there. And I think that looks a lot better. And then I have the subtitle. No, this is my logo, my little airplane. I put it everywhere. That's how people know that it's my blog, because it's a little airplane. And my subtitle is 10 Bloggers Kids Endless Possibilities. And my second font is Amatic, and I usually use it for the subtitles under the title. What happened when I posted this blog post is that the text was a little too high, and when I posted on Facebook it got a little cut off, so I shouldn't have pushed it up a little here. As you can see here, it's set up well, because when you move the font, the little dotted lines, it makes you stop right there, and it's better to just stop right there on the edge where the Canva is telling you to stop. This one I pushed it over the edge, and when I shared on Facebook it got cut off. See? And if you see my blog post on Facebook, in my page, the Crazy Little Family Adventure, you'll notice that the image is a little cut off. So I should probably fix that. See? It's not centered like it is here. See here, it's perfect on the edge. I should have left it like that. Well, anyway, that's the idea. Don't put it up too high. Use this air. Also for Twitter, it's better. So this is my latest blog post title. Now I'm going to show you how I made a blog post title for another blog I work for called the International Bloggers Association. So I'm going to leave this page. And is this one. This is a blog post title for a recent blog post called Art Therapy Can Benefit All Ages. And what I do here is, this is a template that I made also for them, which has the yellow strip. This is their color. This yellow color is their brand color. And this is their logo, which I made also. And all the titles now, I just recreated these. So all the titles for the blog posts have this template with this yellow strip and the logo on top. And they have also two fonts. This font, which is called Great Vibes, and then this font, which is called Railway. And I do this the same way I do mine, different elements. The one part of the title is one element, and then this is a different element, and this is a different element. And I do that so I can fit the words better together. Like I can move this one around if I don't like where it is. I can put it here, I can put it here. And that way I can move it around until I like what it looks like. And then I made this one for one, it's called 10 Ways to Become a Better Travel Blogger. And this is the same. I also have, even the number is a different element. See? Why? Because this word ways, if you see, it's a number 80, but the number is 120. Because if I put it on 80, it would be so small. See? It's too small. So I did it a different element, and it's 120. So that looks a lot better. And every single piece here is different. So I can just move it around. See? And also it has this branded thing in the bottom. So great, I hope you enjoyed watching how I make blog post titles, and I hope you learned a little bit, and hope you can make your own blog post titles that look really cool. I'd love to see them. You can visit my website, oranacreative.com, and send me a message. See you soon. Wait, don't go yet, I have something else to show you. I want to show you also the blog titles for the Orana Creative blog. This has a template that I made for all the blog post titles. They're very similar. You can see the airplanes here again. My URL is here, and these two red lines. They're on every single blog post title that I write for Orana Creative. And since Orana Creative is about social media and graphics, I always try to use the color of the social media I'm talking about. For example, this blog post title about cleaning up your Facebook groups is blue, and it has the Facebook logo on it. And then I have this one about Twitter, using Twitter effectively for your blog with the Twitter logo. And then the latest one, use image templates to save time and creative headspace, and the I Heart Canva logo. As you can see, the template is exactly the same, the airplane and the lines, the URL. When you make templates, it's a lot easier to make your blog post titles. I use templates for Orana Creative, but I don't use templates for Crazy Little Family Adventure, because in the title of the blog, Crazy Little Family Adventure, I'm more eclectic and more colorful, and I switch things around and I move things around. But I do keep the same fonts, and I do keep the airplane. But I don't use a template like I use for Orana Creative. Now, these templates are things that I get asked to do for people all the time. Other bloggers, they see that it's much easier to use templates, so they send me a message and ask me if I can make them for them. And I do that, and you can ask me too. I can make your template for your blog post titles, or I can make a template for your Pinterest posts. I can make a template for your Instagram posts, whatever you like. Send me a message. Leave a message down the bottom. Bye-bye.